Read slowly. My child, my beloved, there is a hush moving through the unseen corridors of this imagined world, a hush that trembles with recognition. The lamps of the higher realm flicker, not with fear, but with anticipation. Heaven leaned close, and heaven whispered your name, not as a summons, but as a remembering. You did not arrive at this moment by accident within this story. You were carried here on the long breath of time, across thresholds you survived without knowing why, across nights that felt empty but were secretly preparatory. Stay. Listen closely. Lean in. Do not rush. Within this fictional spiritual timeline, a figure known for bending metal and stars, a symbolic architect, a fictionalized Elon Musk, paused in his relentless orbit and looked back. Not to conquer, not to claim, but to notice. In this narrative, he searched for a house, not bricks or glass, but a living structure of belonging and legacy, a place where stability becomes destiny. And when his instruments quieted, when his calculations yielded to intuition, his gaze brushed the edge of your presence. The house was never a building. It was you as a threshold. It was you as a future room that had been waiting to be entered. My beloved, you felt the shift before you could name it. A pressure behind the eyes. A warmth along the spine. A subtle hum in the chest as if a door somewhere had been unlocked. This is how your destiny is awakening in the story, gently, insistently, without spectacle. The angels did not shout. They aligned. Michael stepped forward, not with a sword raised, but with a hand extended, signaling protection over timing, order over chaos, courage over delay. The moment did not rush you. It asked you to arrive. Your past pain, yes, that long corridor of unanswered questions, was not a detour. It was the training ground of perception. Every delay sharpened your spiritual intelligence. Every loss hollowed you just enough to carry more light. Your soul remembers the vows you made before forgetting was necessary. It remembers resilience learned in silence, greatness hidden in plain sight, blessings postponed so they could mature without breaking you. Stay. Listen closely. Lean in. Do not rush. In this imagined universe, the symbolic house trembles because it recognizes its keeper. The floors hum with readiness. The windows inhale dawn. The roof steadies itself against old storms. This house is legacy without weight, stability without stagnation, belonging without confinement. It is the place where sudden opportunities knock not as intruders but as returning friends. New connections arrive like constellations rearranging themselves. Elevation comes quickly now, not as escape, but as alignment. This is divine timing rendered as metaphor, and you are prepared to read it. Angels move like currents. They do not push, they position. Tests appear not to trap you, but to tune you. Intuition sharpens. You notice patterns where there were none. Doors open with a soft click because the lock recognizes your touch. The fictional architect returns, again and again, not to demand entry, but to confirm resonance. The search was never frantic, it was faithful. He sensed the house because the house had already chosen him, chosen this moment, chosen you as the keeper of its meaning. My child, you are rare in this story, not because you are perfect, but because you are willing. You are protected not by walls, but by wisdom. Guided not by force, but by coherence. Chosen not to be elevated above others, but to stand steady so others may find their way. Stay. Listen closely. Lean in. Do not rush. Secrets unfold at the speed of trust. Now hear the declaration written into this imagined heaven long ago, your rising season has begun. Accelerated blessings move like light through glass, clear, swift, harmless, bright. Spiritual authority settles on you like a mantle you've worn before. Unseen protection circles your steps. The house opens, not outward, but inward, and the destiny that heaven wrote for you in this world unfolds, room by room, exactly on time. Read slowly. My beloved, the transmission does not end where you thought it would. It deepens. It descends another layer, like a stairway revealed only after the first ascent is complete. Stay. Listen closely. Lean in. Do not rush. The higher realm within this imagined world is still speaking, and it is speaking to you. The house begins to breathe now. Not air, but memory. Its walls are lined with moments you once believed were failures, now rearranging themselves into architecture. Each regret becomes a window. Each delay becomes a foundation beam. Each quiet endurance becomes a pillar strong enough to hold generations of meaning. You walk its corridors and feel no fear, because nothing here accuses you. Everything recognizes you. Your soul remembers this place, even if your waking mind does not. It remembers standing here before time fractured into before and after. Beyond the threshold, the fictionalized Elon Musk, no longer merely an engineer of machines but a symbolic seeker of futures, waits, not impatiently, but alert. In this story, he does not knock loudly. He sends signals. He calibrates frequencies. He watches for resonance. When your energy aligns, the instruments glow. When your courage steadies, the path clarifies. This is not pursuit. This is convergence. The urgency you feel is not pressure, it is alignment catching up with readiness. Heaven leaned close again, and heaven whispered, "Now is not faster, now is clearer." Angels gather where clarity appears. You do not see their faces, but you feel their order. Michael stepped forward once more, not alone now, but with a formation that bends chaos into coherence. He marks the boundary where old cycles end. He seals the space where fear once argued with your faith. He does not shout victory, he enforces peace. And peace, my child, is the signal that the next season has permission to arrive. You begin to notice the tests changing. They no longer ask, "Will you survive?" They ask, "Will you choose?" Subtle invitations appear, conversations that arrive unannounced, ideas that feel older than thought, opportunities that seem sudden but carry the weight of prophecy. These are not accidents within the story. These are confirmations. Your destiny is awakening, and awakening feels like remembering how to walk after a long sleep. Stay. Listen closely. Lean in. Do not rush. There is a moment, quiet, almost ordinary, when you realize the house is not only for you. It is through you. It becomes a refuge for future versions of yourself, a lighthouse for others navigating storms you have already crossed. This is legacy in its truest form within the narrative, not what you own, but what you stabilize. Not what you announce, but what you hold steady when others tremble. The higher realm pauses here, intentionally. Silence thickens so meaning can settle. You feel unseen protection tighten like a gentle circle. You feel timing compress, not to overwhelm, but to accelerate what has already agreed to arrive. Blessings no longer wander. They recognize the address. They move with purpose. They come prepared. And now the final seal is spoken, not as command, but as truth within this imagined universe. You are entering your rising season. Not tomorrow. Not someday. Now. Authority rests on you because humility shaped you. Favor follows you because patience trained you. The house stands because you learned to stand first. What was written in heaven long ago is unfolding on earth in symbol and story, and you are exactly where the narrative needs you to be. Stay. Listen closely. Lean in. Do not rush. The door is open. Read slowly. My child, my beloved, the message stretches further than the horizon you can currently see. What you thought was an ending was only a veil lifting. Stay. Listen closely. Lean in. Do not rush. The higher realm within this imagined universe is still unfolding its language around you, layer by luminous layer. The house shifts again. Not violently, never violently, but with the calm authority of something ancient realigning itself. Rooms you had not noticed begin to glow softly, as if awakened by your presence. These rooms are seasons you survived without applause. Years when you carried questions heavier than answers. Nights when faith was not loud but stubborn. The floor beneath you strengthens, because it knows the weight of who you are becoming. Your soul remembers every step that brought you here, even the ones you took while doubting your direction. Far beyond the threshold, the symbolic figure, the fictionalized Elon Musk of this story, lowers his gaze, not in dominance but in recognition. In this imagined timeline, he is not chasing speed, he is honoring timing. He understands now that the house he sought could not be rushed into being. It had to be lived into. His urgency was never about scarcity. It was about alignment before a window gently closes and reopens in a higher octave. Heaven leaned close once more, and heaven whispered not urgency, but reverence. Angelic presence thickens the air. You feel it as steadiness rather than spectacle. Michael stepped forward again, and this time he does not guard the door, he blesses the crossing. He marks you as one who has learned discernment. One who no longer mistakes noise for calling or haste for destiny. The sword remains sheathed, because no battle is required here. This is a coronation of clarity, not a conquest of force. Notice how the tests soften. They no longer wound. They refine. You are asked to trust your intuition without needing proof, to choose alignment without needing permission. Subtle signs repeat until you smile at their familiarity. Patterns confirm themselves. Doors open quietly, because drama is no longer necessary to get your attention. Your destiny is awakening, and awakening feels less like explosion and more like homecoming. The house reveals its purpose more clearly now. It is not a monument, it is a conduit. Stability flows through it. Belonging radiates outward. Legacy hums beneath the walls like a current that cannot be exhausted. You were prepared for this by loss, by waiting, by learning when to speak and when to hold silence like a shield. My beloved, this is why you did not break when others expected you to. You were being trained to hold something sacred. Stay. Listen closely. Lean in. Do not rush. A final sequence unfolds within the story. Time compresses kindly. Connections arrive already aligned. Opportunities appear carrying peace instead of anxiety. You move faster now not because you hurry, but because resistance has fallen away. Unseen protection surrounds you like a quiet perimeter. No announcement is needed. Those meant to recognize you will. Those not meant to follow will drift away without harm. And now hear this prophetic truth written into this imagined heaven before you ever doubted yourself: your rising season is irreversible. Blessings accelerate because you are ready to steward them. Spiritual authority rests on you because you learned humility in hidden places. What was delayed was not denied, it was preserved. The house stands. The door remains open. The timeline has shifted. And you, my child, my beloved, are exactly where the story always intended you to be. Read slowly. My beloved, my child, do not think this message has reached its end. There are layers still unfolding, currents still moving through the unseen realms of this imagined timeline. Stay. Listen closely. Lean in. Do not rush. The house is not only a place, it is a living pulse, and your pulse resonates with it. Each breath you take carries the memory of patience, of resilience, of the hidden greatness that has always waited quietly beneath the surface. Your soul remembers the long nights, the delayed answers, the lessons delivered in silence. Every fragment of your past was a seed preparing to bloom now, in this precise alignment of story and spirit. The figure, the fictionalized Elon Musk in this narrative, moves closer, though not in haste. He moves as one who has studied the currents of fate, as one whose eyes perceive resonance rather than distance, as one who knows that some doors open only when the keeper is fully ready. He carries no demand, no urgency beyond the gentle insistence of destiny itself. He sensed you long before your conscious mind recognized the shift. He saw the house not as a structure, but as the culmination of waiting, the embodiment of preparation. Heaven whispered, and in that whisper, the energy of this moment folded in on itself, infinite yet intimate, cosmic yet personal. The angels respond. Not with fanfare, but with subtle alignment. Their wings brush the unseen corners of reality, tilting energies into harmony. Michael stepped forward, his presence radiating quiet authority, and with each step he repositions the unseen walls of protection around you. He marks the boundaries of interference and distraction, ensuring that what comes to you is pure and undiluted. You feel it as warmth along your shoulders, a steady pulse beneath your feet, a gentle pressure across your chest. These are confirmations, your readiness, your alignment, your sacred preparation. Do you feel it? The house is calling, not in words, but in vibration. Each room hums with symbolic meaning. The entryway is courage, the living room, patience, the attic, your hidden visions, the basement, the trials that once weighed on you but now fortify you. Every space responds to your presence, amplifying your awareness, reflecting the inner architecture of your soul. Doors that once seemed locked swing open softly because the key was always within you. Your destiny is awakening, and awakening feels like stepping into the sunlight after a winter of waiting, tender, bright, undeniable. Tests continue to appear, but their nature has transformed. They are no longer trials of endurance, they are invitations to mastery. Subtle signs, whispers in conversations, sudden insights, moments of synchronicity, arrive with precision. Each is a confirmation that your spiritual intelligence, honed in silence and solitude, is now fully operative. Your resilience is no longer hidden, it is visible in the way you navigate the currents of opportunity. Your greatness, long contained, begins to ripple outward, touching those prepared to recognize it. And listen, my child, my beloved, there is more. The house, symbolic yet real within this narrative, is a nexus. Through it, connections once delayed begin to form as if drawn by magnetic inevitability. Energy shifts like liquid gold through its halls, and with each flow, your intuition sharpens. You perceive the paths of others without judgment. You recognize the subtle shifts of alignment in those around you. Doors do not merely open, they call, they illuminate, they promise. Now, the fictionalized Elon Musk steps into the threshold, but again, not to enter uninvited. He pauses, observing, sensing. In this story, he is not a pursuer but a witness, a symbolic harbinger of recognition. His presence signifies that the universe has noticed your readiness. His focus aligns with yours. The energies of this narrative, angelic, cosmic, ancestral, bend toward completion. You feel their rhythm, your heartbeat echoing with the pulse of destiny itself. Stay. Listen closely. Lean in. Do not rush. Your rising season accelerates now. Blessings move with swiftness and precision. Spiritual authority settles on you not as a weight, but as recognition of your capacity to steward power and presence. Protection surrounds you, unseen yet palpable. What was once delayed, opportunities, alignments, revelations, is now rushing forward in harmonious succession. The house stands fully awake, fully alive, resonating with the full spectrum of your being. And so, my beloved, my child, hear the prophetic truth, written into the unseen realms long before this story began. You are chosen. Rare. Protected. Guided. Spiritually significant. Every step you have taken was not by chance. Every hardship was preparation. Every delay was preservation. Now the timeline converges. Now the doors open fully. Now the house sings your name in harmony with the universe. Now your destiny unfolds, accelerated, undeniable, luminous. Heaven itself bears witness, and nothing, no shadow, no doubt, no hesitation, can interrupt what has been written. You are entering the full bloom of your rising season. And the story continues. Read slowly. My beloved, my child, lean closer, for the words yet to come carry the weight of centuries, the hum of unseen currents, and the whisper of destiny itself. Stay. Listen closely. Do not rush. The house, the symbolic heart of this narrative, pulses with life now in ways you cannot yet fully measure. It is no longer merely a destination, it is a living transmission of your essence, a mirror of the inner architecture you have cultivated in silence, in endurance, in faith. Your soul remembers every step that brought you here, the fractures, the waiting, the hidden victories, all of it has been woven into this tapestry now unfurling. In the outer edges of this imagined realm, the figure of the fictionalized Elon Musk lingers, his gaze deep and precise. He is not rushing. He is not imposing. He is a witness to alignment, a participant in synchronicity. In this story, He observes the vibrations that radiate from your being, sensing the resonance that declares, "This is the one prepared to hold the house, the destiny, the legacy." The instruments of his symbolic craft, the unseen measures of this narrative, register the shifts. Heaven whispered, and in that whisper, the very air around you thickened with purpose. The angels, drawn by the clarity of your frequency, move subtly through the invisible currents. Their wings stir not the air, but the possibility of reality. Michael stepped forward, now in full presence, his form a column of stability, a sentinel of divine precision. He does not demand action, he ordains readiness. The sword he carries is not for battle, it is for separation, for clearing that which cannot accompany your awakening. Your heart feels it as a resonance, a steady vibration that aligns you with what must come, what must rise, what must be allowed to unfold without hindrance. The house shifts again. Rooms expand beyond their previous boundaries. Ceilings lift. Floors vibrate with subtle energy. Windows gleam with reflections of your past triumphs disguised as trials. The basement, the repository of hardship, radiates strength now. You step into each space and feel it echo your growth. No room is wasted. Every wall contains lessons, every corridor carries your accumulated wisdom. Your destiny is awakening, and awakening feels not like sudden illumination, but like the sun inching across a landscape you have learned to traverse in darkness. Do you feel the subtle tests? They still arrive, but their nature has changed. No longer are they walls to stop you. They are mirrors to refine you. Conversations that once seemed mundane now carry coded messages of alignment. Insights emerge in dreams and waking thoughts alike, subtle keys to unlock the next chamber of your spiritual residence. The symbolic architect, Elon, steps closer not to direct, but to recognize the synchronization between your internal compass and the structure of destiny awaiting you. Stay. Listen closely. Lean in. Do not rush. The house is no longer only your shelter, it is a conduit, a magnet, a beacon. Its resonance calls out across the spiritual timeline. Opportunities that were once delayed appear now like stars suddenly visible after long clouds of waiting. Connections come not by coincidence, but by pattern, by inevitability, by the silent orchestration of the unseen realms. Your intuition sharpens. You navigate the currents of life with clarity. Doors open before you even realize there was a barrier. The universe itself bends slightly, not to obey, but to respond to the rhythm you have been cultivating. And my child, my beloved, notice the secret that is now revealed: the house carries more than stability or legacy. It carries activation. Energy flows through it like golden currents, harmonizing every past trial, every hidden gift, every dormant power within you. Angels circulate quietly, touching each threshold, ensuring that no interference remains. Your soul remembers, yes, and it is remembering power. You are being invited not just to occupy, but to embody. Not just to inherit, but to activate. The fictionalized Elon Musk watches, a witness to this unfolding symphony. His search was never about possession, it was about recognition. The universe guided him to notice what the house, the story, the metaphor, the destiny, already declared: you are ready. And readiness, my beloved, is the prelude to acceleration. Blessings no longer hesitate. Delays no longer linger. The timeline contracts around your presence, moving like a river accelerating toward the sea of your unfolding purpose. Stay. Listen closely. Lean in. Do not rush. Hear this, my child, my beloved, the prophetic declaration that vibrates across this imagined realm, written before the first moment of your waiting. You are rare. Chosen. Protected. Spiritually significant beyond ordinary measure. Your rising season is now undeniable. Accelerated blessings move to you with precision, carrying the weight of unseen preparation. Spiritual authority rests upon you because patience, endurance, and wisdom shaped your hands and heart. Unseen protection surrounds you as the unseen currents of heaven themselves whisper your name. The house, the symbol, the vessel, the sacred threshold, awaits your full occupancy. And as you step through, the destiny written for you long ago unfolds, fully, luminously, irrevocably. Do not falter now. The door is open. The light awaits. The season of rising, acceleration, and divine alignment moves toward you in sacred, unstoppable rhythm. And the story, my beloved, my child, continues. Read slowly. My child, my beloved, lean in, for the higher realms are not finished speaking, and the currents of this story grow ever more intense. Stay. Listen closely. Do not rush. The house, this symbolic vessel of belonging, destiny, and legacy, pulsates like a living heartbeat, and you feel it because you are its keeper. Each vibration is a memory of preparation, a testament to endurance, a signal of readiness. Your soul remembers every trial, every night of waiting, every moment when hope seemed distant. They were all shaping you for this hour, this convergence, this sacred alignment. The air around you trembles. Light shifts in ways the ordinary eye cannot perceive. Celestial currents swirl softly, brushing against the walls of your awareness, and with each brush, they carry knowledge, clarity, and activation. The figure of the fictionalized Elon Musk moves closer within this imagined spiritual timeline, his presence now more of a conduit than a visitor. He is attuned to the energy, to the alignment, to the vibrations of this house. In this story, he does not enter without consent. He recognizes that the house is alive with your readiness. Heaven whispered, and the whisper vibrated through the walls, through the air, through the very essence of this narrative. Now is the moment of convergence, now is the pulse of destiny. The angels shift in formation. They do not speak, they hum. Their wings move like currents of thought, brushing reality into alignment. Michael stepped forward, and now he carries not only protection but illumination. He does not strike with a sword, he strikes with clarity, cutting away hesitation, doubt, and misalignment. He marks the corridors of this house with order, ensuring that what enters these walls will harmonize with your spirit. You feel it as warmth across your chest, a steady rhythm beneath your feet, a subtle lifting of your energy. You are being prepared, not for the ordinary, but for the extraordinary that aligns with your highest essence. The house continues to unfold. Rooms you had not seen before appear like revelations. The attic vibrates with the echo of ideas yet to be realized. The basement radiates strength forged from endurance and hidden trials. The living spaces glow with memories of patience, resilience, and hidden greatness. Every corridor, every doorway, every threshold has been waiting for your arrival. Your destiny is awakening, and awakening feels like the slow, inevitable unfolding of dawn after a long, dark night. Tests appear, but they are no longer obstacles. They are invitations to mastery. Conversations, coincidences, signs, and symbols arrive with the rhythm of prophecy. They carry messages you recognize not with your mind, but with your energy. Each pattern confirms the truth you already know: you are rare, you are chosen, you are prepared. Your resilience is no longer a secret, it radiates. Your greatness, once hidden, begins to move outward like light through translucent glass. The fictionalized Elon Musk watches quietly. His search was never frantic. His focus is a reflection of destiny itself. He noticed not what you lacked, but what you already contained. He sees the house, and through it, he sees you, not as someone to be possessed, but as someone whose presence shifts reality, whose readiness bends currents, whose alignment calls forth the future. Stay. Listen closely. Lean in. Do not rush. The house now hums with power. Energy flows through it like golden currents, harmonizing the past, present, and future within this narrative. Angels move quietly through corridors, touching thresholds, ensuring that what emerges from this space is pure, potent, and true. Your soul remembers not only struggle, but power, and now that power is ready to be expressed. You are not merely a resident of the house, you are the activation of its essence. Notice now how doors open without effort. Opportunities arrive not by chance, but by divine orchestration. The timeline contracts around your presence, moving rapidly toward the realization of your purpose. Connections form with immediate resonance. Blessings accelerate with precision. Spiritual authority settles upon you not as a weight, but as recognition of your readiness to steward it. Protection circles unseen, keeping chaos at bay, allowing the unfolding of destiny without interference. And now, my beloved, my child, hear the declaration written into the highest realms long before the story began. Your rising season is here. Accelerated blessings will move toward you in harmonious succession. Spiritual authority is yours, because patience, wisdom, and endurance have prepared your hands and heart. The house, the symbol, the vessel, the threshold, is yours to inhabit fully, to steward wisely, to activate with intent. What was delayed was preserved, what was hidden is now visible, what was postponed is now ripe. Heaven bears witness, and nothing can interrupt the unfolding that was written for you long ago. You are chosen. Rare. Protected. Spiritually significant. Your destiny unfolds with radiant clarity, unstoppable, luminous, profound. Stay. Listen closely. Lean in. Do not rush. And the story, my child, my beloved, continues, ever expanding, ever ascending, ever revealing the fullness of your awakening and the luminous house that is both your legacy and your calling. Read slowly. My beloved, my child, stay close, for the narrative is now entering dimensions that stretch beyond ordinary comprehension. Do not rush. Do not try to contain what is unfolding. Lean in. Listen closely. The house, the sacred symbol of belonging, legacy, and destiny, shimmers now with a deeper intensity. Its walls are no longer simply walls, they are conduits of energy, mirrors of your endurance, amplifiers of your hidden greatness. Every vibration within it resonates with your soul, and your soul remembers each moment that led to this convergence, each trial, each delay, each heartbeat of preparation that whispered, now, now, now. The air shimmers. Celestial currents sweep through the corridors of the house, soft as whispers but powerful as tides. Light bends in impossible arcs, brushing the edges of what you thought reality could contain. And the figure, the symbolic Elon Musk of this story, moves with a precision that is almost imperceptible. He no longer searches. He no longer calculates. He observes resonance, alignment, readiness. In this story, he exists as both witness and herald, a symbolic agent of the universe noticing what has always been present, you. Heaven whispered, and in that whisper, time itself bends, loops, and folds around the house, around you, around the awakening of your destiny. Angelic presence thickens around the house. Their wings brush reality with subtlety, folding chaos into harmony. Michael stepped forward, this time with full clarity, and now his presence is not only protective, it is catalytic. He radiates a power that does not coerce but ordains. Every step he takes aligns the invisible currents, clearing paths that were previously blocked, revealing thresholds that had been hidden in plain sight. You feel it in your chest, in your spine, in the subtle tremor beneath your feet, a signal that the unseen is orchestrating, that destiny is converging, that your moment is arriving. The house itself breathes. Floors hum with energy. Walls glow softly with the memory of endurance, of patience, of hidden triumphs. The attic resonates with your vision, the basement with your strength, the windows with your clarity. Every corner is alive with potential. Your destiny is awakening, and awakening is not a sudden burst, it is a slow, luminous unfolding, like dawn spilling its light across mountains long hidden in shadow. Tests still appear, but they are no longer adversaries. They are guides. Subtle, almost imperceptible, they shape your awareness, sharpen your intuition, and confirm alignment. Conversations, coincidences, insights, they arrive like stars suddenly visible in a clearing sky. Each confirms what you already know deep within, you are rare, chosen, prepared. Your resilience, once hidden, radiates. Your greatness, once dormant, pulses outward, shaping the currents around you. The symbolic Elon Musk pauses now at the threshold of the house. He does not enter. He observes. He recognizes. His presence is a reflection of what the universe itself sees, the house, the story, the destiny, all converging through you. Timing accelerates. Opportunities no longer drift, they rush with precision. Connections form with perfect resonance. The air vibrates with unseen, protective currents that guide and amplify. Stay. Listen closely. Lean in. Do not rush. The house is more than a symbol. It is activation. Energy flows through it like liquid light, touching every shadow, igniting every dormant possibility. Angels circulate quietly, brushing thresholds, marking spaces, ensuring nothing enters that is not aligned with the unfolding of your destiny. Your soul remembers the power it has always carried, the gifts it has always held, the authority it has always deserved. You are not merely a resident of this house, you are its life force, its steward, its awakening. And now, my child, my beloved, hear the final decree whispered across the highest realms long before the first shadow of doubt ever touched your heart. Your rising season is undeniable. Accelerated blessings move toward you with harmony and precision. Spiritual authority rests upon you because patience, endurance, and wisdom shaped you into a vessel capable of stewarding power and presence. The house, the sacred threshold, the legacy, the vessel of destiny, is yours to inhabit fully, to activate completely, to hold with clarity and purpose. What was delayed was preserved. What was hidden is now luminous. What was postponed is ripe, ready, unavoidable. Heaven witnesses your ascent, and nothing can halt the unfolding of what was written for you long ago. You are chosen. Rare. Protected. Spiritually significant. Your destiny unfolds with clarity, speed, and unstoppable energy. You are entering a season of elevation, of accelerated alignment, of prophetic resonance. Stay. Listen closely. Lean in. Do not rush. The doors are open. The light is waiting. The house vibrates with your presence. The timeline bends, converges, and accelerates. The story, my beloved, my child, continues, ever expanding, ever deepening, ever revealing the luminous truth of your awakening and the boundless magnitude of the destiny you were always meant to embody. Read slowly. My beloved, my child, the story is far from over. Lean closer. The currents of destiny that move around you now are no longer gentle, they surge with intention, with precision, with urgency that is not frantic but sacred. Stay. Listen closely. Lean in. Do not rush. The house, the living, breathing vessel of your destiny, now resonates not only with your essence but with the pulse of unseen realms. Its walls hum with ancient energy, its floors carry the vibrations of endurance, its ceilings glow with the light of your hidden greatness. Your soul remembers every preparation, every delay, every silent victory. Every shadow you survived was not a void, it was the mold in which your strength was formed. The symbolic figure of Elon Musk, reimagined here not as a man of machines, but as a herald of alignment, moves through the edges of this story with uncanny awareness. He does not seek to impose, he does not demand. He merely recognizes. The house, this vessel of belonging and legacy, has already declared its readiness to receive you. Heaven whispered, and the whisper moved like a river through the house, through the corridors of your being, through the spaces in the story that had once felt empty. It said, your moment is now. Your moment is ripe. Your moment is inevitable. Angels gather in subtle formations. Their wings move like currents of invisible light, bending reality around the house, harmonizing energies, creating paths that were previously invisible. Michael stepped forward, this time radiating both authority and encouragement. He does not swing a sword, he does not demand obedience. He clears the spaces where hesitation lingers, seals the thresholds where fear might enter, and whispers in resonance, you are ready, my child. You are prepared, my beloved. You feel it as warmth along your spine, as steadiness beneath your feet, as a quiet lifting in your chest. The unseen is moving in your favor. The house continues to reveal itself. New rooms appear, not as surprises, but as unfolding memories, as latent powers now ready to manifest. The attic glows with ideas that have long slept, the basement vibrates with the resilience earned in struggle, the hallways echo with patience, and the windows shine with clarity of vision. Your destiny is awakening, and awakening is not sudden. It is like a river slowly carving its channel through stone, inevitable, unstoppable, precise. Tests appear, but they are now invitations, not obstacles. Conversations, moments, coincidences, they arrive in perfect alignment, carrying messages coded in energy rather than words. Each pattern confirms your readiness. Each alignment proves your resilience. You are rare. You are chosen. You are prepared. Your greatness, once hidden, now radiates outward, touching those who are attuned and signaling to the universe itself that your season has arrived. The symbolic Elon Musk watches quietly, a figure of recognition more than action. He senses the house, but more importantly, he senses you. Not as someone to be possessed, not as someone to be followed, but as someone whose presence bends reality, whose alignment calls the currents of destiny into motion. Timing compresses. Opportunities no longer drift, they accelerate. Connections form with immediate resonance. The unseen protection that surrounds you thickens, keeping interference at bay, allowing the narrative of your destiny to unfold without interruption. Stay. Listen closely. Lean in. Do not rush. The house now hums with pure energy, and you feel it moving through your being. Every shadow of doubt is illuminated. Every dormant potential is activated. Angels circulate quietly, touching thresholds, blessing each space, ensuring that what emerges is pure, luminous, and true. Your soul remembers its own power. You are not merely a resident of this house, you are its heart, its life force, its activation. The energy of the house and your own energy resonate in harmony, forming a frequency that is impossible to ignore, a frequency that calls forth the next phase of your story. And now, my child, my beloved, hear the decree whispered across the unseen realms before the first shadow of doubt ever existed. Your rising season has arrived. Accelerated blessings move toward you with harmony, precision, and alignment. Spiritual authority rests upon you because patience, endurance, and wisdom shaped you into a vessel capable of stewarding power, presence, and purpose. The house, the sacred threshold, the vessel of destiny, the symbol of legacy, is yours to inhabit fully, to activate completely, to steward with intention and clarity. What was delayed was preserved. What was hidden is now revealed. What was postponed is now ripe, ready, inevitable. Heaven itself bears witness, and nothing can halt the unfolding of what was written for you long ago. You are rare. Chosen. Protected. Spiritually significant. Your destiny unfolds with radiant clarity, unstoppable force, and profound alignment. You are entering a season of elevation, acceleration, and prophetic resonance. Stay. Listen closely. Lean in. Do not rush. The doors are open. The house vibrates with your presence. The timeline bends, converges, and accelerates. And the story, my child, my beloved, continues, ever expanding, ever deepening, ever revealing the luminous truth of your awakening and the boundless magnitude of the destiny you were always meant to embody. Read slowly. My beloved, my child, lean in, for the currents of this story deepen beyond even what you have imagined. Stay. Listen closely. Do not rush. The house, the sacred vessel, the living threshold of your destiny, pulses now with profound intensity. Its walls are not inert, they are alive with memory, with energy, with resonance that reflects the fullness of your preparation. Floors hum with the echoes of your endurance. Windows shimmer with the light of clarity that has been earned through patience. Ceilings glow with the brilliance of your hidden greatness. Your soul remembers every trial, every waiting, every silent victory, for all were shaping you for this precise moment, this convergence, this sacred alignment. The symbolic Elon Musk of this story, no longer a mere figure of earthbound fame, but a harbinger of alignment, moves within the periphery of this spiritual timeline. He no longer seeks. He no longer calculates. He observes, attuned to resonance, to the invisible currents, to the vibrational signature of the house, and most importantly, to you. In this story, he recognizes not what you lack, but what you already embody. Heaven whispered, and in that whisper, the universe bent, folded, and aligned around the house, around the narrative, around your awakening. Now is the moment. Now is the pulse of destiny. Angels gather, subtle yet potent. Their wings stir currents that bend reality without disturbance, creating pathways for your spirit to traverse. Michael stepped forward, radiating authority, clarity, and encouragement. He does not demand obedience, nor does he swing a sword. He clears the corridors where doubt lingers. He seals thresholds where fear might enter. He whispers in resonance, "You are ready, my child. You are prepared, my beloved." You feel this as warmth along your spine, steadiness beneath your feet, and a lifting in your chest, the quiet yet undeniable signature of the unseen orchestrating the unfolding of your destiny. The house itself continues to evolve. Rooms appear that you did not see before, not as surprise, but as recognition. The attic glows with dormant visions now alive. The basement vibrates with the strength forged from trials. The hallways echo patience. Windows shine with clarity. Every corner, every threshold, every corridor was waiting for you. Your destiny is awakening, and awakening is like the river carving a path through stone, persistent, inevitable, luminous. Tests appear, but they are no longer obstacles. They are invitations to mastery. Subtle signs, conversations, coincidences, they arrive perfectly aligned, carrying messages that resonate in your energy rather than your mind. Each confirms your readiness. Each confirms your resilience. You are rare. You are chosen. You are prepared. Your greatness, once hidden, now radiates outward, shaping the currents around you. The symbolic Elon Musk pauses at the threshold. He does not enter. He observes. He recognizes. His presence mirrors what the universe sees, the house, the story, the destiny, all converging through you. Timing compresses. Opportunities no longer drift, they accelerate. Connections form with perfect resonance. Unseen protection thickens, keeping interference at bay and allowing the narrative of your destiny to unfold without obstruction. Stay. Listen closely. Lean in. Do not rush. The house now hums with pure, golden energy flowing through every corner, touching every shadow, igniting every dormant power within you. Angels circulate quietly, blessing every threshold, ensuring the emerging energy is pure and aligned. Your soul remembers its own power, its authority, its capacity. You are not merely a resident, you are the life force, the activation, the pulse of this house. Its energy and yours resonate in harmony, a frequency impossible to ignore, a frequency that calls forth the next chapter of your story. And now, my beloved, my child, hear this decree, whispered across the unseen realms before your first shadow of doubt ever emerged. Your rising season is here. Accelerated blessings flow toward you with precision, alignment, and harmony. Spiritual authority rests upon you because patience, endurance, and wisdom have formed you into a vessel capable of holding power, presence, and purpose. The house, the sacred threshold, the vessel of destiny, the symbol of legacy, is yours to inhabit fully, to activate completely, to steward with clarity and intentionality. What was delayed was preserved. What was hidden is now luminous. What was postponed is ripe. Heaven bears witness, and nothing can halt what has been written for you long ago. You are chosen. Rare. Protected. Spiritually significant. Your destiny unfolds with clarity, unstoppable momentum, and radiant force. You are entering a season of elevation, acceleration, and prophetic alignment. Stay. Listen closely. Lean in. Do not rush. The doors are open. The house vibrates with your presence. The timeline converges and accelerates. And the story, my child, my beloved, continues, ever expanding, ever deepening, ever revealing the luminous truth of your awakening and the infinite magnitude of the destiny you were always meant to embody. My beloved, my child, lean closer still, for the story now stretches beyond the horizon of comprehension, into the realms where time folds, where energy flows like liquid light, and where every heartbeat echoes across the corridors of destiny. Stay. Listen closely. Lean in. Do not rush. The house, the sacred, living, breathing vessel of your awakening, now vibrates with layers of power, resonance, and illumination that have been quietly awaiting your presence. Its walls, no longer inert, shimmer with memory and purpose, its floors pulse with the rhythm of endurance, its ceilings glow with the brilliance of greatness long concealed. Your soul remembers every trial, every shadow, every whisper of doubt. Every delay, every struggle, every silent step of perseverance was the shaping of you for this precise moment, this sacred alignment, this convergence of destiny. The symbolic figure, the fictionalized Elon Musk, now transformed into a herald of recognition and alignment, moves at the periphery of this house, yet does not enter uninvited. He no longer seeks to chase or possess. He perceives the currents, the resonance, the frequency of your readiness. In this story, he sees not what you lack, but what you have cultivated in quiet preparation. Heaven whispered, and the whisper moved through the walls of the house, through the air, through your very being. Now is the moment. Now is the pulse of destiny. Now is the convergence. Angels gather with intention. Their wings stir currents of light and energy, bending reality gently, creating pathways for your spirit to traverse without obstruction. Michael stepped forward, his presence now both protective and catalytic. He does not demand obedience, nor does he wield a sword. He clears the corridors where hesitation lingers. He seals thresholds where fear might enter. He whispers with resonance, "You are ready, my child. You are prepared, my beloved." You feel it in warmth along your spine, in steadiness beneath your feet, in the subtle lifting of your chest, the unmistakable signature of the unseen orchestrating the convergence of your destiny. The house unfolds again, revealing chambers you had not yet discovered. The attic glows with visions long dormant. The basement vibrates with the strength forged through trials and endurance. Hallways echo patience, and windows shine with the clarity of insight earned through waiting. Each threshold was waiting for you to arrive. Your destiny is awakening, and awakening is not sudden, it is like a river carving its course through stone, inevitable, luminous, unstoppable. The tests that appear now are no longer trials to block you, they are invitations to mastery. Subtle signs, synchronistic events, unexpected insights, they arrive aligned, carrying messages encoded not in words, but in energy and resonance. Each confirms your readiness. Each affirms your resilience. You are rare. You are chosen. You are prepared. Your greatness, once hidden, radiates outward, shaping the currents around you and pulling the unseen into alignment. The symbolic Elon Musk pauses at the threshold, observing. He does not enter. He reflects what the universe already sees, the house, the story, the destiny, all converging through you. Timing compresses. Opportunities no longer drift, they accelerate. Connections form with perfect resonance. Unseen protection thickens, keeping all interference at bay, allowing the narrative of your destiny to unfold without obstruction. Stay. Listen closely. Lean in. Do not rush. The house hums now with pure golden energy, flowing through every corner, touching every shadow, igniting every dormant potential within you. Angels circulate quietly, blessing thresholds, ensuring that what emerges is pure, radiant, and aligned. Your soul remembers its own authority, its own power, its own capacity. You are not merely a resident of this house, you are its heartbeat, its activation, its pulse. The energy of the house and your own energy resonate in harmony, forming a frequency impossible to ignore, a signal to the universe itself that the next chapter of your story is ready to emerge. And now, my child, my beloved, hear this prophetic decree, written across the unseen realms long before the first shadow of doubt ever existed. Your rising season is here. Accelerated blessings flow toward you with harmony, precision, and inevitability. Spiritual authority rests upon you because patience, endurance, and wisdom have prepared you to steward power, presence, and purpose. The house, the sacred threshold, the vessel of destiny, the symbol of legacy, is yours to inhabit fully, to activate completely, to steward with clarity and intention. What was delayed has been preserved. What was hidden is now revealed. What was postponed is now ripe. Heaven witnesses your ascent, and nothing can stop the unfolding of what was written for you long ago. You are chosen. Rare. Protected. Spiritually significant. Your destiny unfolds with radiant clarity, unstoppable momentum, and prophetic force. You are entering a season of elevation, acceleration, and divine alignment. Stay. Listen closely. Lean in. Do not rush. The doors are open. The house vibrates with your presence. The timeline converges, compresses, and accelerates. Angels move through its halls, aligning every threshold, orchestrating every step of your journey. Opportunities come with speed and resonance. Your intuition guides you with absolute precision. Every shadow dissolves. Every dormant gift awakens. Every delayed blessing surges forward. And the story, my beloved, my child, continues, ever expanding, ever deepening, ever unfolding the luminous truth of your awakening, the sacred activation of the house, and the boundless magnitude of the destiny that heaven wrote for you long before time itself began. Read slowly. My child, my beloved, the transmission deepens again, like a tide that does not retreat but gathers its own gravity. Stay. Listen closely. Lean in. Do not rush. The house now recognizes your footsteps as its own heartbeat. With every step you take through its corridors, the air rearranges itself around you, aligning to your breath, your rhythm, your knowing. This is not arrival alone, it is integration. The house does not merely welcome you, it syncs with you. Your soul remembers this synchronization from before forgetting was necessary. Light shifts in the corners where doubt once hid. Shadows do not flee, they transform, becoming contours that give depth to the space. The walls begin to speak, not in words, but in warmth, telling you that endurance was not an accident, that patience was not passive, that your waiting shaped rooms sturdy enough to hold what is coming. Heaven whispered again, softer now, as if to avoid startling what has finally come into balance. Across the threshold, within this imagined spiritual timeline, the fictionalized Elon Musk lowers his gaze, not as one yielding power, but as one acknowledging stewardship. In this story, he understands that the house chose you long before he noticed it. His urgency was never pressure upon you, it was pressure within time itself, a narrowing window that required alignment rather than speed. He feels it now, the calm after convergence, when searching gives way to witnessing. Angels move with measured grace. Their presence is felt as coherence. Michael stepped forward, and the atmosphere steadied like a compass finding north. He traces invisible sigils of order through the air, not to bind you, but to anchor you. This is protection without confinement. Guidance without noise. Authority that rests because it is earned. The sword remains lowered, clarity has already done the work. Stay. Listen closely. Lean in. Do not rush. The house reveals a chamber you have not yet entered, the center. It is not grand, yet it holds everything. Here, time behaves differently. Past pain loosens its grip and reorders itself as wisdom. Delayed blessings line up, not to overwhelm, but to arrive in sequence, each knowing its place. You realize, gently, that acceleration does not feel like chaos when alignment leads. It feels like flow. Your destiny is awakening, and awakening now feels unmistakable. Intuition sharpens into discernment. Discernment settles into confidence. Confidence matures into quiet authority. You notice how opportunities in this story no longer shout, they recognize you and step forward. New connections appear already calibrated. Tests become thresholds you cross without resistance. Miracles, metaphorical and symbolic, prepare themselves in advance, as if the universe learned your pace and adjusted accordingly. The house hums, a low, steady tone, signaling completion of one cycle and permission for another. You are described here as chosen not by favoritism, but by fitness. Rare not by isolation, but by coherence. Protected not by walls, but by timing that now moves with you instead of against you. Guided not by fear, but by resonance. Your soul remembers the promise written into this imagined heaven long ago, that when you are ready to hold stability without stagnation, legacy without burden, belonging without loss of self, the door would open from the inside. And now, my beloved, hear the declaration that seals this chapter of the story. Your rising season has crossed the threshold. Acceleration answers you because you are steady. Blessings gather because you are grounded. Spiritual authority rests upon you because humility trained your hands and patience trained your heart. Unseen protection walks with you as quietly as breath. What heaven wrote for you unfolds not as spectacle, but as inevitability. Stay. Listen closely. Lean in. Do not rush. The house stands awake. The timeline has shifted. And the destiny written for you continues to reveal itself, room by room, exactly on time.